This all started about 3 years ago when my dad got this crazy idea to turn a wine barrel into a smoker on the deck of our cabin. So he cut a small door in the base of the barrel where he inserted charcoal and wood chips, and then he cut a lid off the top of it so he could access the food. Now, we used this barrel for about 3 years with everybody from our friends to our family, cousins, aunts, uncles, and neighbors. And over that 3-year period, we received so much positive feedback that we thought there has to be a market for a product like this that's larger than just our cabin. So we put it on our business model canvas, and we tested a couple of things. One, that our value proposition was going to be a unique, hand-built wine barrel smoker. Two, that we could retail it through our online channels, and that our customer segment would be males aged 25 to 55, generally with a large income. So we set out to test these assumptions with our first MVP. We took all of the feedback from the last 3 years and incorporated it into our first MVP with a thermometer on the front and dual tip exhaust on the top, as well as a couple of hardware upgrades. We tested our assumptions by starting to launch a pre-order campaign, and the results were phenomenal. CTV soon got a hold of us, and they asked to do a quick interview. And within 24 hours of that interview airing, we had sold 5 units, our first 5 units, and 4 out of 5 of those units went to our target demographic of males aged 25 to 55. With these results, we were able to validate that yes, people would purchase a wine barrel smoker online, and that yes, our target segment was males aged 25 to 55. So our next step was to find a barrel supply. That's where we went next. And we went out to BC because we wanted to test assumption number 2, that we could partner with local wineries to supply us with the barrels. I called 18 different wineries, including all of the ones highlighted with stars in this photo, and unfortunately, we couldn't find any barrel supply. So, going back to our business model canvas, we started to get a little bit worried. This was a crucial part of our business because if we couldn't find barrels, we first of all couldn't fill our pre-order campaign, and we wouldn't be able to move forward. So we needed to find a different option. That's when we reached out to Calgary Suppliers, and we found Burgundy Oak, a local company in Calgary, Alberta that converts used BC wine barrels into home decor items. We partnered with them and gained access to their barrel supply. Now, with that nailed down, we were ready to move forward, and we wanted to bring this product to our consumers. We wanted to test out a couple of assumptions. One, that we could retail at $1,200, and 2, that we could generate a 50% gross profit on that retail. So we tested this out with this hypothesis number 3, and we took it to the Calgary Food and Wine Show on October 16th and 17th, 2015, where we had in-depth interviews with 82 customers. And unfortunately, at the end of the weekend, we had only sold 1 unit. However, we gathered high-quality customer feedback on product and price. Now, with only 1 unit sold, we were still a little bit worried about being able to retail at $1,200 and generating a 50% gross profit. However, that feedback was crucial as it gave us valuable insights to consumers, and we discovered that adding customization options to the barrel would improve our value proposition. So, we wanted to test out if customization would work, and we added it to our business model canvas. From there, we tested hypothesis number 4, that full customization would receive a better response from consumers. We tested it out by taking it to the Edmonton Food and Wine Show, the same show in a different city, as well as 3 weekends at the Spruce Meadows International Christmas Market. And the results were phenomenal. We saw a 600% increase in sales in just 1 weekend, in the first weekend at the same show. We also sold out our entire initial inventory of 20 barrels at an average retail price of $1,500 after customization. This generated us $30,000 in revenue in just our first 3 months. This validated our assumption that yes, we could retail a smoker at $1,200 and possibly even more. We could also generate that 50% gross profit, and the increase in sales validated that customization was a key component of our value proposition. The next step, with our increase in sales, we needed to work on our key activities, which was barrel production and delivery. So in order to do this, we hired a contractor to manufacture all of our barrels regardless of demand. We also hired YRC Reimer and Pacific Customs brokers to handle all of our shipments and deliveries across Canada and the United States. Now, with our supply chain starting to come together, we had nailed down barrel production and delivery. With our units now out for Christmas, it was time to go back to the consumers. We wanted to offer them support on the product and get their feedback to how we could improve it and what changes they would make. They had a lot of feedback. A couple of great things was that it produced wonderful food. The food tasted amazing, and the barrel looked wonderful gift idea, and the ability to customize it made that special gift for that special somebody, and people really liked that. However, there were some negatives. Some people thought it was difficult to use, and the thermometer wasn't accurate enough for what they wanted to do with it. So we took this to heart, and we tested our next hypothesis, that we can improve the smoke grill and make it easier to use, eliminate all of the problems by adding new technology. So we tested this out with our first 20 consumers, and we sent them a range of options to eliminate these problems. One of which was a digital thermometer that you could attach to the front, and it relayed all of the information directly to your cell phone. Second was we built our own custom racking system that you could adjust the levels, and it was hand-built in-house, making it more convenient by being able to adjust the levels. The results was we went to these 20 customers, and they unanimously felt that a digital thermometer and redesigned cooking racks eliminated all the problems they had highlighted before and made it easier to use. So with this, we were able to improve our customer relationship by offering support and gathering feedback. We were also able to justify convenience to our value proposition with the new features we had added and the key partnership that we had formed with the accessory provider, Catback. We validated convenience, we partnered with them, and now with our improved product based on customer feedback, it was time to experiment with retail. We wanted to test our next hypothesis, which was that retail opportunities and we could get our product into retail stores. We tested this by picking up the phone, and we called 12 Alberta retailers that we thought might be interested. The results were amazing. Just in those 12 quick interview phone calls, 3 of them wanted to bring our product on right away, including Big Rock Grill, who not only now retails our product in their store, but also uses the smoke grill to create featured menu items in their restaurant. 2, Bow West Appliances, one of the largest appliance retailers in all of Alberta, now features the smoke grill at the front of 2 different stores. And 3rd, Big T's Barbecue, one of the largest barbecue chains in all of Alberta, now features a smoke grill at the entrance to every store, and every customer walking through their doors gets an opportunity to take a look at it and purchase it. So, with the quick results in the 3 retailers, we're also talking with 2 other barbecue stores in Calgary, and we plan to get our product in there in the next 2 months. With these great results, we were able to validate that yes, we could get our product into retail, and we also discovered something new. A third of our sales went to females aged 25 to 55, usually with higher income, but they were buying them for the end user, which was the males. Now, this was a big breakthrough because it made us realize that our end consumer isn't always our customer, and we needed to diversify our marketing to fit both of them. So, with females in mind, we decided to move forward, and we still have a couple more assumptions to test. But these are what we've done so far. We tested the hypothesis that people would purchase a wine barrel smoker online, and we proved it through our pre-order campaign. 2, the wineries could supply us with barrels. We were dead wrong about this hypothesis because they couldn't meet our quantity or quality demands. 3, that we could retail a smoke barrel at $1,200. We were dead wrong on this as well because nobody wanted to pay that much money for our base model. So we talked to the customers and we looked at customization, and then we tested customization. We tested it at new shows, and we validated it with a 600% increase in sales, and we completely sold out for Christmas. 3, ease of use through added technology. We used those initial 20 customers to test our new products and improvements, and they gave us great feedback. We validated that it would work. And 3, retailers would carry our product. We validated it by getting it into 3 retailers immediately. So our plans for 2016, we currently have $50,000 in sales to date. We're expecting to do $150,000 in sales in fiscal 2016 based on an average retail price of $1,500 and 100 units sold. We're also planning to diversify our revenue streams by offering customers a wine barrel smoker as well as wood chips to complement our product and get into larger retailers such as Canadian Tire, Home Depot, Lowe's, and the big guys, because we can mass produce those and establish the relationships. So, my name is Zachary Hartley. We've got a lot more work to do on our business model, and we plan to use the business model to continue to test our assumptions. I'm Zach Hartley. My partner Andrew Conway's at the back. We're Smoke Barrel, and we're happy to be here, and we'd love to take your questions.
We will now begin the question and answer period.
Zach, what does customization actually mean? What's different between the base model and a customized model?
Excellent question. So we started with basically this wine barrel smoker on the left here, which was just kind of a plain with silver hardware. Now with customization, we're offering different colors so we can stand stain the wood different colors. We're also offering engravings on the lid. So if we went back to our previous slide, you would see that smoke barrel was engraved right on the front of that barrel. We can now engrave your company logo, your last name, your family crest, a favorite quote, or an image directly onto the top of the barrel, and we can customize it for whoever the end user is, which allows consumers or customers, such as the females that were purchasing it for the end user, they can purchase it, customize it to their husband, their grandfather, their father, whoever it is, and they can give it to them as a special gift. And that was a large thing that we really realized, and that came through the customization and customer feedback.
Is the Catholic thermometer actually fused in, or is it a separate thing that they buy separately to put on their barrel?
No, so we've partnered with them. We have full distribution rights. We can even sell their products on our website and use all of their marketing. So what we've done is we've partnered with them to include their product in our product offering. And basically how it works is it's a little digital thermometer. Because it's electronic, we don't want to leave it out in the winter, so it's attached by magnets in the back. So if it's minus 30 out, you just plug it off, bring it inside, and none of the electronics or batteries ever die.
I'm interested in scalability. You know, is your product supplier able to scale it in North America?
Great question. So as of right now, we've already secured a supply of 250 barrels for all of 2016, which is far beyond any of our estimates, and we expect that we should be able to grow later on. Now we do have an idea for scaling into 2017. What we'd like to do is find a manufacturer who can produce the barrels without them having to come from wineries. So that way it eliminates any supply issues, and we can mass produce those on a scale of 500, 1,000, 10,000, and really scale up. And that's how we're going to get from $150,000 in revenue to a couple million.
Aren't you worried that will affect your flavor?
I'm not exactly worried because we're still going to offer these barrels as a premium product, and then we're going to offer those as a lower tier, basically entry model.
What's the size of your market? I don't understand what the market size is. I mean, your customers is sort of, 25 to 55, maybe,
So across Canada and the United States, 86% of households own a barbecue. And with the smoker, what we're really doing is our customer segment isn't going to buy this first. They need to have a barbecue, and then they use this as basically a complementary or as a second next step upwards. So our total attainable market based on a 10% realized rate is about $12 million in just Canada alone. We expect that we can sell $12 million to our target market based on a 10% penetration.
how do you figure that out? Where does that come from?
Well, that comes from basically the feedback.
Have you tested that? Is what I'm trying to figure out.
We haven't been able to test that so far. We're still in the growth stage, so we're trying to get to that point. Basically, the calculations were the number of households, 86%, trying to penetrate them at 10% of those households, and then trying to use that to justify our price point.
And what's the cost per barrel? You said that you're selling them at 1,500 now if they're customized, but what's the cost per barrel?
Yeah, so
You said 50%.
our base model is about 50%, so it costs us $750 after labor to actually produce the entire unit. With the add-ons and the accessories, they're actually about a 60 to 70% gross profit margin. So it's even higher when we add on the next steps. And that's one of the things is that when we started with that retail price, it was a little bit too high to get the customer engaged. So when we added the customizations and we kept that price with the new features, it got them more engaged, it got them entered into the actual purchase, and then we could up it from there with the add-ons and customization.
So how many smokers does Home Depot sell every year? Not your kind, I mean, just those metal ones.
Yeah, so Home Depot, we've done a lot of
I'm just
research.
using an example. How many metal smokers are sold in Canada every year?
About 250,000 between Lowe's, Home Depot, Rona, and smaller barbecue stores. There's about 250,000. Yeah.
And what's to prevent Lowe's and those guys to do knockoffs on your smoke?
Well, there's a couple of things. Lowe's, Rona, and those guys would never enter this market because they would never be able to find wine barrels at the quantity that they need to get to. So they wouldn't be able to do anything like this. And that's one of the big things is that we're really separating ourselves with our brand. We're trying to build a brand here. First, be first to market, build the brand, but the innovations and the way we're using the business model canvas is really helping us to separate ourselves from the competitors. For instance, the big differentiation between us and anybody else is that every other smoker on the market is a rectangular metal box that you have to put away when you're done with it because nobody wants to look at that on your patio. Where Smoke Barrel comes in is we complement any outdoor space that you have. We offer a quality product, and every person that